Thank you guys so much. Sorry, just 1 second. All right, looks like I once again did not win HQ trivia. It's a shame, I really could use that 48 cents. All right, took a little bit of a risk that you guys would know what HQ trivia was. Are you explaining to him what it is? Yeah. It's really not worth it. So, one thing about me, I think it's weird when women, when their names are like the names of famous songs, and they claim to have never heard those songs before. Like, really, you've never heard like Sweet Caroline or like Sarah Smile? Like, I was talking to this woman, and her name was On the Dark Side by Eddie and the Cruisers. It's like, really, you've never heard On the Dark Side by Eddie and the Cruisers. You guys like video games? Yeah. I love video games. I played a lot of video games as a kid. And I think it's had an effect on my life. You know, I know it's always a debate, like, do violent video games make people violent? People make fun of it. I think there's some truth to it because today, I'm emotionally distant. And I'm never there for people. And that's because my favorite video game character was always the long block from Tetris. People were depending on him. He was not there. Although I think the greatest video game character of all time is Super Mario. Yeah. From the Super Mario Brothers. And I think he's the greatest video game character because when he was designed, it was clearly zero thought given to marketing. You know, there's never a meeting where it was like, okay, what do kids like? How about, like, a doughy, middle-aged guy with his initials on his hat? Children trust people with mustaches, right? What is a job that children are aware of? Oh, plumber, I'll be a plumber. And we'll call him Super Mario, because that's his job, he's a super. One of my favorite video games was Turtles in Time. Does anyone know this game? A couple people. If you don't know it, Turtles in Time, it was a Ninja Turtles video game, probably the best Ninja Turtles game. It is a time travel game where each level is like a different, era in history. There's like a dinosaur level, there's like a pirate ship, there's like a cowboy stage. And as a kid, I played the game, I enjoyed it on that level. As an adult, it feels like they could have done more to prevent the Holocaust. There's work to be done, guys. The past is not a playground. I was actually at an arcade the other night, and they had skee-ball. And the other day I was reading about skee-ball. When it was first invented, the guy who invented it, it was 37 feet long. Like, why would they make it that long? Like, what was it like the first time they tested it out? Was it like, okay. Yeah, I think it's a little long. I think I like video games so much because I am a millennial. Which, if you don't know the definition, a millennial is anyone younger than you that you don't like. I love video games. My other big passion is movies. I love movies. I recently revisited two of my all-time favorite childhood movies, Home Alone and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. For two movies that are basically the same movie, those are very different viewing experiences. Like, they really raise the stakes in between Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. Like that first movie, the bad guys are trying to break into the house, trying to steal stuff. That second movie, they're just trying to kill him. There's a scene in that movie where Joe Pesci's character says to him, to me, it wouldn't mean anything to off some little kid. Wow. It's like they spliced in a scene from Goodfellas. They walk him through Central Park at midnight with a gun to his back. Movie is rated PG for slapstick. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. They could have called that movie Home Alone 2, Bring Me the Head of Kevin McAllister. Prison really changed the Wet Bandits. They went from small-time crooks to child murderers. I want to see that Home Alone 1.5, where we see what happened to them in prison to make them a prison that they have broken out of. By the way, when Home Alone 2 begins, they have broken out of prison. I guess prison security didn't have enough paint cans on strings. The weirdest thing about that movie now, Home Alone 2, if you watch it, Donald Trump is in that movie. I don't know if you guys remember that. He has a cameo, which really just changes the whole movie. Because for like 25 years, we thought Kevin McAllister was like the greatest in the world at catching criminals. And yet, they could have prevented all this. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.